Myers Metal Detectors, located in sunny Tampa, Florida, where we sell nothing but fun and adventures, treasure hunting gear, and anything you can imagine for metal detecting. Give us a call, 813-237-1939. Happy hunting and dig deeper.
Live from sunny Florida, it's Treasure Talk.
And welcome, folks. Welcome to another exciting edition of Treasure Talk.
Welcome, everybody. The countdown is on, the countdown clock.
Yes, it is, for sure. And folks, rest assured, we'll probably still do some lives in the shop so you can see what's going on in the metal detecting equipment community anyway. But it's exciting. We've got an excellent guest tonight, don't we, Jeff?
Yeah, we do. The last guest on Treasure Talk. Now, next week, it will be our farewell show. There are going to be some people that have been with us over the years consistently. I'm going to stop in and say hello. And I think what we will do is I will put a link in the chat. If you have something that you would like to say, just click on the link. You'll be in the green room. I'll put you on screen for a couple of minutes, and you can, say what you think about what we've done over the last 6.5 years. So we'll work it that way and kind of see where it's going. And it's, talking about retirement. Now, I've been retired from work for, 14 years. But Philip's talking about retirement. Now, if you can believe that, I got a bridge in Arizona that I can sell you cheap.
Yeah, Jocelyn says you'll never retire, but probably not. I enjoy what I do. I have fun, and I just enjoy this hobby. I just would like to get out there and get a little more hunting under my belt because I miss it. I haven't been doing it in a while because I've been so busy at the shop here, and I've been busy with the show too, for sure. But it's going to be fun.
The thing of it is, Phil, in the last 6.5 years, you've reached more people,
yes,
than you ever have before.
Absolutely.
And you've got loyal customers all around the country, and you would have them around the world, except it just costs too much to ship out of the country.
Yeah, and a lot of the manufacturers, they won't let us ship out of the country anyway, and I don't want to go through that nightmare as it is. But
it is a nightmare. It is a nightmare.
It is trying to figure out how to deliver something to Spain. It's just going to be tough to do. So anyway, as I'll go through our intro. As always, today's show is brought to you by your friends right here at Myers Metal Detectors, where we sell fun and adventure. And of course, the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed here by the Treasure Talk guest and member belong solely to the guest member, not necessarily to Phil Myers, Jocelyn Myers, Myers Metal Detectors, or Jeff Monin. And of course, the purpose of Treasure Talk all along has been to promote the hobby of metal detecting and treasure hunting in all forms, and to educate our members in a fun, informative manner. And Jeff, I think we've done that every week for 6.5 years for sure. And we're going to do that again tonight.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are indeed. And we have tried to do that at any rate. And I think we've succeeded for the most part.
I do too.
For the last 6.5 years. So, it's been a good run. So there was something I was going to say. Somebody said something in the chat.
And I had another comment too to make, and that was if you're in the Tampa Bay area, come to the Metal Detecting Club meeting. The meeting is tomorrow night, I believe. I guess it's the 19th, Tuesday the 19th. And the guest speaker there is going to be myself and Joe Vizzi, and we're going to be talking about the 8 habits of highly successful metal detectorists.
Well, see, that's another wonderful thing about, on the positive side, freeing up your Monday night. You've got a lot of clubs around there that would like to have you as a guest speaker.
Yes.
And you've never been able to do it, or get involved more with some of the other clubs as well.
Right.
So it's going to open up a lot of avenues.
Yes. And it looks like
Oh.
we got a comment there from Dirty Paul's Detecting, and I think that's Mike Mayo, if I'm not mistaken.
It is Mike and Trish.
Yes, I've met some of the nicest people on this show, and yes, a
Right.
lot. And last week I commented that Philip Fairclough said I met my wife on this show, and he just put that up there again. I saw that. Well, that's just awesome. So
Yeah, it is. So let's get on with the show, shall we? Because we're going to do a nice giveaway tonight uh, from our guest. So we'll put the thing up in the chat a little bit later. We'll have a really nice giveaway tonight. And let's welcome now the last guest on Treasure Talk, Dwight Colin, New Age Goonies. Let's bring on Dwight. Right.
Hey, good evening,
It's
everyone.
detecting time.
okay, let's hear it, Dwight.
All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that time again. It's that rise and grind. It's metal detecting time. Booyah. Oh,
Yes, it
man.
Now I want to get my detector, go out there and start hunting.
Every time I say that, I feel the same way. I get excited.
Oh, good.
Gentlemen, good evening, everyone. But also, I want to say thank you guys. I'm hearing right now this is the last show. I just want to thank Treasure Talk for everything you did in this community. Before we start this show, I just want to give you your flowers. That's what we call it now, is giving you guys your flowers. And what it is I want to say thank you guys for everything that you do. Phil, you and I go way back, sir, since I started in this venture of mine. And I truly, truly want to say thank you guys, Jeff. Thank you guys for everything that you brought to the community. 6.5 years doing this show. We appreciate your time, gentlemen. That is very important, and you gave it to us. So thank you guys from New Age Goonies, from all my followers, my friends, everybody that we detected and that we've, just been connected with. I appreciate you, gentlemen. Just want to
Well,
say
thank
that.
you very much. We
Well, thank
appreciate that a
Thank
great
you,
deal.
Dwight. And ladies, Jocelyn's here too. She's on the other side of the room. She
Miss
never.
Jocelyn, without Miss Jocelyn, none of this happens. The queens are always in the background.
They are. They are. So too funny for sure. But yeah, so Dwight, you were telling us a little earlier you were hunting up in New York.
Yes. So the cool thing about New York is that I grew up there and didn't realize how much history was beneath my feet at the time. Because when I came to Florida, of course, this is where my venture started in 2007. So my mind, my history, my research has literally just been Florida. And then, of course, when I do my travels through different areas, but in the place I grew up, and I mean literally my backyard. Like I'm looking at my apartment, I see that patch of green grass. I just did some research and found out that the first settlers were the Dutch in 1609. And just settlers, the native were already here previously, and they were thriving in this area. But when the Dutch arrived in 1609, it changed the game for all of Inwood. That's the place that I'm talking about, is Inwood Park in New York City in Manhattan. But the thing about this park, it is still dead center of the apartments. Like this is still a thriving community. This block has been around. So when I went out there, I did a little research walking around. Shout out to my brother Talbot, my gentleman from Chicago. I was on the phone with him and I was like, dude, there's some history here and I know it. And the first thing I stumbled upon was this beautiful bottle topper, a blob top. And when I did the research on that, that's when I knew, all right, this is all here. And sure enough, I found foundations, I found old settlements, and this is literally in the park I grew up in. So I'm pretty excited about New York City and what kind of ventures we have together coming up.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So tell us about your detector adventure, because you're now with Minelab, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm rocking with Minelab. Shout out to all the tech experts out there, and shout out to Miss Debbie, of course. That's another lady who gives us all the time and all her everything, pretty much. But I am now swinging the Manicore, phenomenal machine. A lot of people already know about this machine, but for all the people who are definitely getting into this hobby, something that I liked about the Manicore was the simplicity of a well advanced machine. Me, like everybody knows, and I say this proudly, I'm very simple with my machine. I'm almost a turn on and go type of gentleman until I figure something out. Until I'm like, something's wrong here. And then I'm like in the machine. But with the Manicore, I love the depth. It's been helping. I actually I believe that was did I bring no, I didn't bring the Manicore with me to New York. I was with the Elite. But the Manicore, once I brought it out here in Florida, I took it to my honey home, and everybody saw that on this my first hunt. And man, the results were incredible because again, the technology is totally different. We're talking about a well advanced machine, and again, if you want to use it in the simple form, it can be done that way. But it has all those awesome, phenomenal features, though.
Now, what coil are you using on that one?
I'm actually using the stock as of right now. I haven't changed my coil yet. The stock coil has been my go-to because I usually swing my small coils. And when I was talking with Debbie and another gentleman who is a the expert as well, he gave me a little bit of information. He was like, "Listen, man, I always see you rocking the small coils. Why don't you take the big coil, your stock coil, to your regular spots?" He's like, try to give it a little bit of, you're getting more, you're swinging more width, but you're going to get more depth. And he was correct. I mean, literally, my first targets were in the same, like you'll see my plug and you'll see right under, like probably like a little couple inches away, a target, but faint, not faint, actually, not even faint, but a solid tone. And there you go. There goes something, copper, brass, a nice piece of metal. And I mean metal as in a metal, like as a wearing metal, like some old stuff of Kissimmee. So I really like the Manicore. It's very light, man. It's super light. I love that's my thing about metal detecting now. It's like how light is your machine?
Well,
Some of
we,
them are heavy.
some are heavy, but the manufacturers today are learning that hey, we're selling to older folks, we're selling to ladies. We want something light. I like a light detector too, for sure. But for the folks who have the Manicore, Minelab does have their coils. The two they have the 15 and the M8 on special for 450. But if they wanted one of the M8s 200, and if they wanted I still have some of them left. The big one is on sale 249. So those are some
So you
excellent.
have the M8 available. It's the smaller, right?
The smaller one.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure to head on to your way and support you, my man, because you've
Well,
always taken care of me, and I love you, sir. You know that I truly do, and I would love to support you. I don't. I would love to get another one for my metal detector, so
okay, if you
I will
want.
go over there and get you. So hold me one, okay? I'm coming.
Well, you're right over in Orlando, right?
Yes, sir. I'm still over here in beautiful Orlando and also residing in Harlem now. As everybody can see, we have two things going on and a lot of great things I would love to let you folks know too. If you wouldn't mind, I would love to explain a lot of what's going on with New Age Goonies and
You
also
bet.
the families that we're working with and what we're bringing to the urban communities, to a lot of different places and who we're getting involved. If you guys are for it, there's so much going on, and I would love to share it all with you all.
You got the
Right
mic.
on.
All right, man.
Please
Well,
do.
all right, thank you. So let's start off with what we're doing in New York. Of course, we're out there doing the history, research, and all that, and metal detecting. But I'm bringing it to an urban community. I'm literally bringing it to Harlem. I'm bringing metal detecting to the kids of the streets, kids who've never even thought about this, who've never even seen my videos, who have no idea who I am. I'm literally just pulling up into different blocks, your streets, your corner store, bodegas, wherever the kids are at is where I'm pulling up, and I'm literally talking to them, letting them know about who I am, about where I come from, and what kind of things that I do, because I think it's really neat that I'm able to not only be somebody in a community of archaeology, but also be noticed in a place of a city. You know, I'm very well known in my area of New York. I'm very well known with my fashion people. I'm also known with my internet community, you know, but a lot of the times they just don't really get it because they are like, Dwight, you just do a lot. So what I've been doing lately is been breaking it down. You know, little by little, these are the pieces that New Age Goonies do. And one of them is bringing stuff to urban communities. So last week, well, this weekend that just passed, we brought tennis to Harlem. First time it's ever been done. We had the USTA involved. I mean, we had over a couple thousand attendees. It was an amazing event, but that was just another format to get the people together. And that was a big shout out to my family. Marcus Meets Malcolm. If you folks want to know more about that, it's our organization in New York. It's called Marcus Meets Malcolm. And then you'll see a lot of the events that we host. And that'll also have New Age Goonies events as well. But then we have everything that we're doing around there. And then, of course, you know, your buddy over here ventures off into different things. We got a hot sauce that I'm sponsored by. So, you know, these are the different ventures that we went. And make sure you check out Dan and Nick's. I want to make that very well known. This is my hot sauce. You guys always ask, Dwight, how did you lose weight? What did you use for flavors? This is important. These were the same people that were my metal detecting friends. This is what I use. So if you want to know more, you could check out Dan and Nick's. But guys, we got our hands in a lot of different things. But metal detecting is my community. That's where I started my New Age Goonies. And I'm not gonna forget where I came from that aspect, you know. So archaeology and treasure hunting and definitely Minelab, you know. When I thought it was gonna be over, and what I mean by that is that I just thought, you know, let me start my other ventures. Miss Debbie was, you know, one of those ladies that contacted me and was like, "You are somebody in this community, honey. There is no leaving us, unless you know it's for different circumstances." And that's one thing that I just want everybody to know. Thank you all for the continued support. There's definitely a lot more treasure hunting coming. You know, a lot of different spots. And just like your YouTubers, those different areas, how they do rivers, lakes, and all that, I'm getting into that now. And my son's getting older. I wish he would get on camera so you could see him, but he's over there, and that's gonna be my partner, man. And that's what we
Awesome.
got going on.
Yeah, it's always good when you have family hunting together.
Lukey, come here. Come over here real quick.
Get them
I
in the
want
picture.
I want you to see my man. I'm so proud of him. Lucas, come over here. Just 2 seconds. Come over here, please. They already
Come
know now.
on,
I know my
Lucas.
watches. Come on. Just come over here real quick. I'm gonna get him on 2 seconds because people, this is gonna be my partner. This is my guy right here.
Is he going to swing the elite?
Yes, sir. That's who he's swinging. He's gonna swing the elite, and we have something in the works. We haven't done it yet. We're waiting for the right timing. But here's my guy. Man, come over. You still my little guy. Just come on this side real quick. Just turn over here. Yeah, you can sit down, dude.
There he
Say hi
is.
to everybody. So we got
Hey,
Jeff,
dude.
and then we got
Welcome.
Mr. Phil. So this is my guy right here. This is Lucas. This is my treasure hunter. Every time I go out, he loves watching his old videos. What's your favorite video? The one that we just saw about the key, remember?
The skeleton key one?
Yeah. And where did we find that? In Kissimmee.
Yeah, in Kissimmee.
Yeah. Our honey hole's no longer there. When he was born, I used to take him to the honey hole, and look how big he is. This is what's crazy. Like when he was literally my little man, baby boy, I used to take him out there to the honey hole, and we used to find so much treasure. And it's not there no more. It's no longer there. It's pretty sad. I drive by with him, and we have some good memories there. But this is my guy. This is the kid that you know, has helped me get back into what I love doing and got me focused back on it. And the reason that New Age Goonies will be thriving. All right, Papa, get back to what you're doing. I love you.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's always nice when you have your family with you to hunt. That's just incredible for sure. Then you can have some friendly competition too.
Yes. He's competitive too, so it's perfect.
Yeah, you'll have that for maybe 3 more years, and then the females will hit, and
That's it. He's gone. No,
it's goodbye,
hopefully.
Gisette.
No, I told him. Hopefully, he just falls in love with his metal detector. He's like, Dad, let's just travel. Because I'm a traveling dude. I told him, I'm like, no involvement. Just stay with Dad. We'll just travel all over the world, buddy.
So, do I want you? Do you have some of your finds from New York?
So some of the finds. So this is what I did. I was live when I did find a lot of the finds from New York. But again, I'm with the community over there. And once I got over there and I showed all the kids from the block, you know how they are. Can I have this? Can I have that? Can I have this? Can I have that? And I don't know what I gave them. I gave them, I didn't even check the dates on the Mercury dimes. I just know that there's probably a 1917 running around New York City in a little kid's hand somewhere.
There you go.
Yeah, but
I'm sure they would.
I
You
didn't
probably
keep any of
spent
the
it at the
funds.
bodega.
You heard, look. What's crazy though? The only reason I didn't give him this find and this bottle top because I think this is one of the greatest finds. It still has the the little hinge right here that would close it, but it's because it was rusty and it was glass. So I didn't want them cutting themselves. And I was like, you know what? I get to at least take this one home because they weren't gonna let me take it home. If you know those New York kids, they were like, "That's mine." I'm like, "How do you say that's not yours?" That's It was called a friendly robbery. No, let me stop.
Oh,
Oh
goodness.
man, I love New York. I'm only joking. I'm joking.
So,
That
look,
silver dime is probably in a bodega right now.
No, you know what's crazy? I love that you said that. Of course, my first thought was like, damn, what did I do? So I didn't say anything until I went back the next time. I was like, listen, I was like, buddy, where's that silver dime? And then his mom's like, what silver dime? And then I was like, oh, don't tell me you got rid of it. And sure enough, he did it. He brought it back home. He was like, no, here it is. And you know what he said? I'm not even kidding you guys. I swear, the thing he told me was amazing. He's like, oh, when I got home, I looked it up on the internet. It's worth like $10,000. I was like, it's not. I was like, it's not. But I was like, you're gonna see different prices for things. He's like, I'm never getting rid of this.
it's a piece of treasure, like
It's a
everything.
piece of treasure, and he
What's me?
understood that.
What's
He
me?
understood that. What's going on, John? How you doing, sir?
What's up, my
Or is
man?
this Joe or John?
Joe, it's
Joe.
Joe.
Oh,
Joey
Joe,
G.
what's
Copy.
going
Yeah, I
on,
got my
bro?
glasses on, man.
You
At the shop,
big
and I
pop.
met you over there at the
Metal
That's
Detecting
mean.
Club.
heard, gentlemen, not even joking. It's so bad I need my glasses. I thought I saw John.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing excellent, man. Thank you for asking, brother. How about yourself?
Good, man. I'm glad you're with a fantastic company.
I see you, man. I should be rocking some. It's funny. Anything that they give me, I know they probably. I know this gets under their skin. Is that everything they give me, I rebrand it to my thing. So it says the Minelab, and then it's like boom, New Age Goonies. And then everybody calls me. They're like, "How did you do that? Where do I buy that?" I'm like, "It's mine. It's just a one of one."
Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm glad they invited me to come on again tonight because next week they've got their last of the Mohicans show, and I've got to, I sell wine for a living, so I got to do a wine dinner, so I won't even be available.
Oh man, well we're glad to have you, brother. Thank you for joining the show with us, Joe.
Absolutely.
His eyes wouldn't be open well enough to be on then after the wine dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
The older you get, the more you enjoy wine. I don't even know what happened. My red wine, I get my glass, my pinky goes up, I'm sipped. I'm like, what happened?
That's what it is. We're a glass a day keeps the doctor away.
And
That's
a
right. What's
bottle
your
works
company,
better.
sir? What's the company that you represent, sir, if you don't mind me asking?
I work for a authentic Italian wine company, very small producers. We cover the whole gamut. of the boot of Italy, island of Sardinia, and Sicily. It's called Vino Veritas. In wine, there is truth.
In
Distributed.
wine, vino veritas. In
Yeah,
wine, there's
that means in wine there is truth.
And
in
there
wine.
is too, because once you get liquored up, you're going to say it. You got you no filter.
Exactly.
None at all.
Oh goodness.
And again,
Oh,
hence why I don't drink.
There you go.
But I'm glad to be on the show, guys. How you doing, Jeff, Phil,
I'm
Jocelyn,
good.
and the Capitan's back there?
Yeah, she's saying we have questions.
Yeah.
She said hi,
Hey,
Joe.
Jocelyn.
Oh goodness. So Dwight, are you still going to come back to the Tampa Club and speak if they ask you again? Because you
I
did
would
an
love
awesome
to.
job there. Okay.
I would love to, gentlemen. I would love, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to.
Yes.
And the
It would be an
president,
honor. It would be an honor, guys. I always told you guys, I have so much respect for you, gentlemen, at a time as I was just entering this journey of mine. I had a lot of guidance from a lot of great guys. So, of course, anything that I can do. I know I'm always busy, but I have a my queen now is like in charge of the stuff. So I forward her every message, and then she gets right on me.
well, that's good because the president of the WSAS club is with us tonight in the chat. So that is Mr. Rick Tumbleston.
Mr.
Yeah.
Tumbleston, yes,
Ricky
Mr.
T.
Tumbleston, another great guy in the community, and an honor. It would be an honor to be a part of it again, gentlemen.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a good meeting because you had brought a bunch of your finds from Orlando. And I have a question. Is it, did you call it Tater Town? Or was it some
Uh, no, no, Tater Town.
first? Somebody was calling someplace in Florida Tater Town. I was trying to figure out that it must
Yeah,
have.
no. Where did we hear that from? Tater Town. I remember that Tater Town.
So I was, well, if you don't know, then I'll have to keep researching and figure that one out.
Well,
But
no, you know what's crazy? You just gave us like, look, Tater Town. Now I'm
Tater.
looking for it.
But you had showed us a lot of your finds from Kissimmee, and that was very impressive. That people really enjoyed that. So tell us about some of your favorite stuff you found over there.
In Kissimmee, well, a lot of the great finds have been, of course, my largies, a lot of the relics that pertain to Kissimmee. That's one of the things that I've always said is something that has the name Kissimmee on it, uh, or something that I really, really enjoy because it's just like the townspeople. So anything that dates to Kissimmee, but one of the great pieces, and I'm still doing research. I have a badge, and it's funny because as you find these relics, and you start cleaning out your area, we're talking about since 2007, gentlemen. Like, I mean, I'm finding stuff that I'm like, you never posted this because you weren't even doing this back then, Like, those are the type of things that I'm running through now. And there's a couple of finds that I know because there's been some history in Kissimmee, and of course, I forget Harry Rainey. Thank God, I another wonderful gentleman, also a great archaeologist in the community, wrote tons and tons of books, is one of my mentors. Somebody who I follow. He always gives me advice, gives me some clues, always gives me spots to detect. And he's one of the gentlemen that kind of like gave me the boost to go to Kissimmee a lot more because I would always travel to Orlando in different areas. And then one day he's like, buddy, you're in the home of treasure. And once he gave me those different spots, not spots, but ideas, it was on from there. So one thing that we're looking for and that we haven't found is a fort. And one thing about Mr. Harry Rainey is if he says something, it's kind of weird. It's like it might sound crazy at first because it's a tale. It's a story he was told. But when you do the research and you really look into it, it's like, damn, he's kind of like he's almost like saying verbatim of the way that it was inscripted for what it was. And one of these forts that he was looking for in Kissimmee, I, ki- and I don't mind saying this because there's so many hunters and great hunters out there, and I don't have as much time as I used to do it here. And there was this one fort that we were looking for, and it was on Brack Street, Brack. And the thing was that Kissimmee, when it was established after the Civil War. So we're talking about now the fort that they were talking about and the way that they would feed the Civil War, the people, they would send the cattle from Kissimmee. Cattle from Kissimmee was a big thing in the Civil War, during the Civil War. But so many people came to Kissimmee, Florida during that time as well, and built forts because there was some action going on here. Harry Rainey told me, he's like, Dwight, you're gonna find something. You just gotta stick on the street. And I didn't even notice this, that when I started metal detecting Kissimmee, there was there's this big church, okay? But on the field of the church that is no longer there, there wasn't a parking lot. So before they did this parking lot, I went to the church, and there's this story's out there. I went to the church. There was a wedding going on, and the gentleman told me. I asked him, "Can I metal detect?" He said, "You give me $20." The guy from the church, he's like, "You donate $20 to the church. You put it in the thing. I'll let you metal detect." And I said, "For $20, of course." Paid him the $20. And when he let me metal detect the church, I found tons of Civil War buttons, tons of medals that were oh man, engineer buttons, stuff that I've never found before. I mean, even after in Kissimmee, just nothing that I've ever found after, but in this one area in front of the church. And when I'm seeing it now, and of course I'm more knowledgeable, I kind of know my relics now. I'm in tune with people who do know a little bit more history. So as I'm dropping these pictures to them and talking to them, they're like, "Bro, where did you find this?" And I'm like, "I found this in one, in literally a square." And then it hit me. I look at the end. I'm just there 2 weeks ago, right before I leave. I'm at a birthday party with my wife, and we're at the corner, and it says Brack Street. And I
Brax.
look, and I'm like, yo, the whole time I've been metal detecting this church, it's the end of Brack Street. So I've been at the beginning of Brack Street looking from all the way from the beginning, did this one time over there, had all these awesome relics, but they're all like all engineer buttons with like steam trains on it, buttons that have like workers buttons, stuff that you would find in a plantation. You know what I mean? Like in what are the fields called? Turpentine camps. And I was thinking, I'm like, holy smokes, the camp could have been right damn near on the church site. They
Right.
literally right on where the church is planted, and it makes total sense. This land would have been donated to the church before it was built.
Hmm.
And it
Interesting.
made so much sense. And I said, you know what, Mr. Harry? They done covered it up, but I got a couple of the relics that were there.
Well, yeah, there's always a chance that down through Central Florida, down kind of going just above the glades where that's where they used to run the cattle. They'd find all the cattle and they'd take them down to Punta Rasa. That's where they sent them to Cuba, back way, way, way back, and they were paid in Spanish gold.
Yes.
So cash at the time, and they put them in big chests. And then, of course, they lived out, and they call them the hummocks, out around Gainesville and all that area, and even above Kissimmee. And they just, put them in the barn. And that's where they kept it, or
And that's another
in
thing
the
Mr.
house.
Harry said. Harry said that exactly too. He was like, in the beginning, again, mind you, I respect to the OG. But when he was talking to me, I was like, "Sir, you sound crazy. Like you sound a fort, a cache of gold coins." But this is in the beginning times. This is literally when I met
Yep.
Mr. Harry Rainey. And then it made so much sense. I'm like, "Sir," because again, technology's different now. A lot of these targets, remember, even the best metal detectors used to go over a large metal object, it would say overload. It would never still give you a tone. It wouldn't give you that grunt. It would literally default your detector. So now you wouldn't have that issue. At least you would still get a tone, but you could lift your detector this high and say, well, damn, it's still hitting almost as tall as me. There's got to be something down there.
Yeah, the way detectors used to work, you hit that big chunk of iron, and if there was something next to it, you didn't hear it. It just nulled out. So now
No,
the faster processors, you'll hit both targets.
I wish I had the Manicore literally when I first started. Not just saying that, like, just I had so much prime property here. Like, there's so much that has been bought and taken now. Like, it hurts to say this, but my Kissimmee's no longer Kissimmee. And it's okay.
Mhm.
It's okay because with time, things change. But I lost my Kissimmee. I lost it. I literally lost it. There is not a place that I have not detected, or there's not a property that I have not been on that it would be an issue to be on, or, it's just like, okay, enough is enough.
Yeah.
So, but it was
Well,
one of my favorite places.
there's a really good book. It's been out for years about that, and it's called A Land Remembered, and it's all about the crackers, you know. And that's what they always said Florida cracker was a hillbilly. Well, that isn't how it came about at all. They were pretty much they were cattlemen, and they had the bull whips, and they cracked the bull whips when they run the cattle, and that's how they came to be known as crackers. But they lived there, and that's the ones that started gathering all the cattle, the wild cattle, and taking them down to Punta Rasa, and they helped found Miami and the whole bit. So anybody wants a really good read about old Florida, it's called The Land Remembered. It's a really good book.
That sounds the land remembered. I definitely got to put that in my Rolodex, man.
For sure. And I'm looking at Ricky T's comment. He says in 4 years, the Manicore will be old tech. It'll be
That
interesting to see what it takes its place for sure.
isn't that crazy to think that though? Like
That's the
literally
only
to think
way.
that.
Yeah. But that's the only way, excuse me, Dwight. That's in any business. You have to keep improving the technology and move forward because the old stuff gets stagnant and it's not going to sell anymore. So you have to have the latest and greatest. That's in my industry as well. So I agree 100% with Ricky T for sure.
Yeah, but
Yeah, well, Ricky
that's a
T said
crazy.
he said a lot of crackers in his tree. Yeah, Rick, but we're not talking about Ritz.
I and no, I don't Trip. No, I don't carry that book. But
Get it at the library, Trip.
yeah, you have to go
Oh
to
my
the library.
God.
So Dwight, how many large scents have you found over there in
Man.
Orlando? Because
And well, Kissimmee, I've found a total of 5. Yeah,
okay,
my oldest to date is an 1817. And actually that was the first one I found.
yeah, here in Tampa, I found 3 large scents, and all 3 of them are 1819. Why
That's
that was,
incredible.
yeah, why that was like that, I have no idea. But I never thought I'd find one here.
Yeah.
It's kind of a rarity to find a
It
large.
is. It still is to me. I mean, when I would travel, the best thing about it is when I first got into this industry, and I would go out up north, and everybody's like, "You'll never find. We got these largies, we got all this," and in my mind, I'm like, "Damn, we'll never get that." And then the first time I found it in Kissimmee, they lost me. I was like, "You'll never see me detect another place." I was like, "I'm gonna stay there until I find every largie possible."
Yes, if you watch the YouTube videos of the people up in the Northeast, they're finding them all the time, and I never thought I'd find one. Then I find 3, so it's crazy. And it looks like we got a comment from Dan Backus. There's a railroad Ave and a block away from Brack Street in Kissimmee. There doesn't seem to be a railroad in that area now. Could be a clue.
Yes, so that one right there. So unfortunately that area in Kissimmee where he's talking about, um yes, and So what they did was, what happened was, they started doing a lot of construction and covering stuff with a lot of the foundations that they were moving. And that area, they just ended it. That railroad area, it's like, now they put so much construction, they're building on the corner. That's actually on Brack, if I'm correct. Railroad and Brack connect as well. If I'm like 99.9% that those things connect as well. Yeah, yeah. It's, I hope, and I say this, that, with what's happening with Kissimmee, there's a lot of places being purchased, a lot of land being bought. There's still land. It's just a little bit more south of Kissimmee. And that's kind of like why I want to grow the name. I don't want it to be where I'm just knocking on your door. I want to be able to, before these people take this 13 acres, let me send a couple of hundred of our guys from Florida out there. That's kind of what the idea was on growing this, and doing that, is because of that. I always use that Goonies term as multiple. You know what I mean? New Age Goonies, to me, like I've always said, has been multiple people. That's why it's called New Age Goonies. But of course, I got older and now I understand what it really means. And it means never abandon the grind. Just keep going. That's why you see me doing so many different things, because I wear NAG proudly. But my big goal is to get it to where we're able to, Jim Fielding was somebody, and I love Mr. Fielding. And I
He's a
pray
hot mess.
yeah, I pray everything's good with my man. He was somebody who kind of told me, man, take, you want to do things big here, man, do it, but don't talk about it, and just do it. And I used to talk a lot back in the day. I used to be like, yo, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, with no vision, no way of doing it, and not knowing the right people to contact to do this. Or if I wanted to do it, I wanted to make sure it was done the way I wanted to. If I was gonna bring it to the table. And speaking with Jim Fielding back in the day, he gave me that blessing, man. He told me, you want to do it. Just do it right. And you're going to be doing it. Remember, if you do something, you're going to be putting it in front of the people. But if you do it wrong, it takes it away from everybody. So I have to, I was trying to, like, I was like, you know what, Jim, you're right. And that's something I always wanted to do, man. There's just so much property getting taken by developments now. Then they don't want you to even touch the property. You're like, I've been doing this for 30 years in this place, and you're gonna tell me no because you think you just bought this little plot? I've been dreaming about this one plot for the last 20 years. And now
Yeah, they
you're
always
here,
cite insurance.
and but that's the thing, I respect the insurance part, but I've been in this industry since 2007. No one I known has sued anybody. And it's just like a weird thing. I think it's like the wording, like the juju of hearing it is like, oh, if you hurt yourself on my property. Man, we play football, we play baseball. I could walk on your property without your permission and hurt myself. I'm asking permission. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing it the proper way. So, hopefully in the future of metal detecting, we're able to bring it to the masses in a different way, like the communities. And what I mean by the communities is like, I'm gonna use Sanford as a perfect example. It's a black urban community, right? It's literally 90% black community, right? But now let's take 90% of their area is historical. Everything there is historical. Everything. You could go to a lot and it's historical. But a lot of the places they're gonna tell you, yo, what are you doing here? Why get off the property? Do this. It's because we don't involve them. Nothing is involved with them. They're like, yo, you're here on my property, taking this stuff away from here, and you're doing this. I think that the way we move forward is by, getting involved with the little community. Hey, listen, I see you got this park over here. Send me like 5 kids so I could take out metal detecting. I want to do the old church. That's how we should go about it. Because I'll tell you right now, in Kissimmee, Florida, people do tell me, Papi, and I mean this respectfully, people have used my name to metal detect on properties. But it's okay because I built this name, but I never said who was the owner or face of it. I just built it as a group. And when people go to Kissimmee, they'll knock on the door and say, I'm here on behalf of New Age Goonies wanting to metal detect. And I have no idea who they are. I'm like, did not tell anybody to knock on your door. But that's the kind of thing we should do, is have it to where somebody feels safe enough to say, hey, listen, I know you're here with the right cause. If you do find anything that's super outrageous, we would love to know about it. We would love to document it, and we would love to keep it here in our little, thing, so that they could see what they found. So that's just my future of it and me blabbing about it. But that's what I'm doing in New York City.
Okay, Dwight, we did have a question from Grammar Time. Uh, what brought you to Kissimmee?
Going. I live there. I'm a hood booger Kissimmee person. That's what they are. When I grew up there, I was one of the kids that just was my stomping ground. Went to high school over there. Went to middle school in Kissimmee, Florida. Lived there since moved there in, I think, '94. And I don't live in Kissimmee now. I live right on the outskirts of Kissimmee in Orlando. But Kissimmee again was just somewhere, a place where I went to high school. I was an alumni of my high school there. Um, had some connections in that area. And then when Harry, again, Harry was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you live there, go hang out over there and bring your metal detector. That's what changed. So it was thanks to Harry for that happening, because without him, I would have never done it. I'll say that. I say that proudly, man. I appreciate Harry. Harry was the guy to tell me to, go out there, and didn't know that my history was right underneath my feet, man.
Hmm,
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Well, we're going to do a giveaway, Dwight. And this is what you guys put in. And this is all from New Age Goonies.
This is a
And
good one. Hold on, sir. Before we do this, I want y'all to know one thing. There's so many great things that I'm doing in the fashion department of New Age Goonies that I did not speak about. And I want you to know, fashion is my number one thing. When I was a kid growing up, I love fashion. I love clothing. And one thing that I've always loved about this community is that I can do different things to it. Like, I have a whole line of these hats right here coming out. I already have them, but like for our beach detectors, I have them already. They're fully tagged, every color, gray, khaki logos for our detectors. I have dry fish shirts. I have custom. I got Wranglers. You talk about Levi jackets. We literally are fashion, and I want you to know that whatever I give you from New Age Goonies, I love it. It's like my baby. I make it, I give it to you, and then I say, here, this is for you to rock. So whoever gets this giveaway, it's all in my new fashion line. It ain't a t-shirt like this. This is going to be something that you're going to probably be, your jaw's going to drop, because I want you to understand that we are moving and transitioning into that type of fashion wear of New Age Goonies.
That's awesome.
very
Right?
cool.
You don't want to
Very,
get a
very
fashion
cool.
citation. You know,
Sorry?
you don't want to get a fashion citation out there. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen, you know what I was told? I was told that when I knock on the door, I tell my wife this. I knocked on the door before, and the lady said, I cannot let you in. If my husband even saw you on the ground, I'm a metal detector, he's gonna think something else. I was like, but ma'am, I was like, I'm not, I like to look good while I'm detecting. I said, just in case I have to do something right after.
So, everybody, if you want to get in on this giveaway, we're going to draw it in about 3 or 4 minutes because we're running out of time. That's what you put in, just like I've got it right there. That's what you put in the chat.
Make
And
sure to
we'll do
put
the
that
drawing
NAG in.
here.
Let me show you something. I'm gonna show you something real quick.
Well, Joe, we're glad you made it on here with us, buddy.
yeah, I glad Jeff invited me. You kicked me to the curb.
What's better than 3? 4.
Or
Gentlemen, check it out, man. So look, I know winner's gonna come up here, and we're talking about for everybody, okay? This is not just the one of one, but we got the treasure don't sleep, neither do we denim jackets.
Nice.
That's cool.
And these are have pockets, full setup. Then we got the New Age Goonie, just the regular denim jackets.
that's nice.
And
That's
I
nice.
left the front open because everybody got clubs. Everybody has their own group. everybody has their own thing. So you're able to still brand yourself on the New Age Goonies brand. I'm giving everybody the opportunity to brand on top of my brand right now. And then
Very cool.
we even have short sleeves in all different styles. Take a look.
That looks nice.
That's
Man,
nice.
that's awesome. If you came knocking on my door, Dwight, you definitely have my permission.
Oh, I'm gonna come knocking then.
Oh goodness.
Remember, I come with coffee and a gift card.
Absolutely. There you go, man. Yeah. I'm,
Dwight,
I'm
do
in
you-
I'm in Kissimmee a lot, and Phil knows that. I'm a Disney aficionado. I've been going over there since 1971 when it opened, and now I transitioned. Might take my daughter. I've been taking her for 31 years, and we enjoyed. And then I took my wife this last trip because she kind of felt like left out, that she never gets to go. But there's a lot of walking involved. But I took her to the resort. We stayed at Grand Floridian, and she had a ball. She's actually
Beautiful.
on the cast tonight, in the crowd. So
That's awesome, man. That's right. You and I were talking about that. That you know, Joe. Now, look. I'm telling you, I'm getting old, but I'm not that old yet.
no, like you, Boricua.
Boricua, baby. That's right.
That's right. So let's go ahead and let's get after this giveaway. So, are we ready?
Let's get it.
Here we
NAG.
go. Let me put it up there.
There we go.
And the winner is 513 Diggs.
Hey,
Hey,
513 digs.
congratulations.
All righty, 513. So what you do is I'm going to put this up here. That's where you send your name, address, and phone number, and I guess shirt size just to be safe.
Yep, shirt
Yeah.
size. That's all I need.
Okay, name, address, phone number, and shirt size. Send it to treasuretalkshow@gmail.com. I'll get it to Dwight. He'll get your goodies out to you. Congratulations, 513. You're going to be styling and profiling, son.
Ow. You don't be knocking on nobody's door.
Without coffee and a gift card.
Look. We're
Coffee-
bringing sexy back. Hey.
All right, Dwight. Now with door knocking, how many do you do that very often, or?
I do. I've been pretty successful with it. I usually I don't do it with groups. I don't. One thing is, a lot of the times the guys would be like, "You want to go door knocking?" I'm excited, and I don't do it with groups. I just feel like my success rate by myself is golden, you know? And usually when I knock with people, I feel that they just get uncomfortable. There's multiple people, you know? So just from my properties that I've had the privilege of metal detecting, I haven't been, I get a lot of yeses, man. When I'm by myself, it's like I said, it's either the, like, you cannot be on here or it's a yes. So yeah, I do a lot of door knocking. And that's what's
Well,
keeping Kissimmee alive, though. That's kind of my thing, is that's what's keeping me there, is because a lot of the properties in those little fields I've done. You know, I had a lot of time back in the day. I had a lot of time. And now that my time to me is so important, which it's always been, but just now it's just so important that I want to make it worth it. Not worth it like I gotta find something amazing. It's just I want to make it worth it where it's new. Like, show me you still got it, buddy. and
well, one thing
that's
for
it.
certain, for when you're going door knocking, it does not pay, and you'll testify to this way. 4 or 5 guys looking all rough and cruddy, going up knocking on somebody's door, say, "Hey, can we detect your yard?" That don't work. So one person up there that's looking decent.
Yeah.
You know?
And the unity. One thing that I've always said with our guys too, and shout out to all my guys. I love my guys always. Big Billy, Tom, all of them. They already know their names, and I love them always. Uh, but one thing is unity. Whenever we pulled up in the same shirts and the same thing, guess what? You wanted us on your property. You were like, that's somebody that looks official, you know. So we got a lot. I mean, my guys can contest to that. Anytime we were dressed to impress together, it was a yes. Cause you look like a team. You look like you're doing it, you know. And that's one thing is, you know, about it is like you said about fashion, and also is shirts, you know, like when you're cruddy and you walk up to somebody's thing, I don't need you to look like you're gonna faint on my property, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I literally take this to where I come up there, I'm hydrated. If I've already been detected, I'm swear, listen, I'm pulling stuff off of my pants, I'm wiping everything down, so when I walk up to you, it's like a brand new presentation. Just because, again, you know, people are weary, but if you do look presentable, again, 90% of the time I've gotten the yes because I do. I'm 100% of the time I'm looking to make sure that, you know, I dress nice and I want to look out there nice, but comfortable. These are all dry fit. And that's why I tell everybody, and Phil, you know about this too, sir. Me and these dry fit shirts, that's something that I've been wearing for a very long time. And I tell guys, no cotton t-shirts, man. You're gonna get all those rings of death. Like,
Right.
your shirt your shirt looks like it's about to just fade away.
Well, it's about showing respect for the person you're asking to come on their property.
Thank you. I'm not
First
gonna allow
respect.
you in if you look crazy. So I take it as like you're showing respect. Exactly,
That's
Jeff.
right.
That's exactly it. It's the respect factor. Like I showed enough respect to come to your property looking respectable, and you know that if I'm out in your front yard, people are not gonna look like who's that hobo digging in your front yard. They're gonna be
That's
like,
right.
hey, that gentleman looks like a very, very professional person. Are you looking for something? Do you work for the government? That type of deal. Not,
Yeah.
dude, what are you looking for? You okay? Like,
Yeah, that's for sure. And you don't want to work for the government, trust me.
no, no, no.
Anyways, so what's the next step for New Age Goonies?
Harlem, gentlemen, Harlem. Uh, I'm serious, man. I miss my city. I'm very, I'm a blessed man. You guys know I my wonderful wife. That's my rock. She believes in me. She lets me do what I got to do. And I think that with her having this belief in me, I was able to take it to another level. And like I said, we're bringing it to a city near you. I would love to teach a lot of the kids, the youth of the neighborhoods. That's what my family promotes again, the Marcus Meets Malcolm. If you have time, please check that out. I would love for you folks to check that out. It would mean so much to me because you could see the great things that we're doing in Harlem and for communities all over. We're literally feeding the homeless, feeding communities. We're giving back. You just got to see this, and it makes me emotional because we're doing this, and it's such an honor. And but again, you already know my favorite hot sauce, Dan and Nick's. I gotta shout them out because that's what helped me to get to my, you know, feel good and healthy again. Guys, you guys saw me at my heaviest. Now you're looking at me at my healthiest. And
There
that's
you
crazy
go.
because I was younger and now I'm older. So
That's
this
why
is a
you
lot of
got
growth.
older.
There you
Yes.
That's
Yes,
why you
sir.
got older.
Yes, sir. So I just, you know, it's an honor, gentlemen, to still do this. I appreciate you guys for giving me your last show, man. That right there, I'm gonna show my kids for the rest of my life. I'm gonna brag about it. This is crazy, but treasure talk. Jeff, Phil, Mr. Joe, you're part of this right now. I appreciate you guys and everybody who's always tuned on in, who's always showed love. You know, your guys, you're not going to get unnoticed for this. And everything that you do, I can't wait to see you guys at the club meetings. And I can't wait to come into your store. Like you said, you'll do some lives from the store. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's over. It just
Yeah.
means that we're just doing some new adventures, kind of like what we're doing as well. With transition and with change, great things happen. And
Yeah.
it's been an honor to be a part of this. And Miss Jocelyn, I love you always, mamas.
Finally.
There you go.
I wouldn't forget about you. You gotta save the best for last. Don't let them fool you.
Absolutely. Well, Dwight, I wanted to thank you for coming on here and spend time with us and sharing your wisdom and hunting in Harlem and here in Kissimmee. And so thank you for what you do with the New Age Goonies for sure. And thank you, Joe, and thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Jocelyn, and thank you to all the many members who have been on here. We appreciate y'all always for sure.
And remember, guys,
Yes, we do. And
always rise and grind, baby.
Rise and grind.
it's no detecting time. So Dwight, thanks so much for coming on with us. We couldn't
Love
ask
you
for a
guys.
better guest for our last show.
Love you guys. Love you.
Last full show. So we want to thank you and looking forward to seeing you in the future. Big Poppy, I'll see you soon. Phil, you too. Jocelyn, you as well. So let's all say goodnight tonight. Remember, next week, the 25th, that will be our farewell show. So if you want to stop in, I'll put a link in the chat. You can pop on and just say what's on your mind, and we'd love to have that. There'll be some people stopping by that have been on the show over the last 6.5 years. So we're kind of looking forward to it, and we're kind of not looking forward to it, but I think we made the right decision, and we're going to miss each and every one of you a great deal. So I want to thank you, and always remember, if Phil don't have it in stock, you don't need it.
You don't need. I love that. If Phil don't have it in stock,
You don't need
it, and that's a
right.
fact, Jack. Ow!
And may all your finds be 14 karat or better. Good
Hey,
night,
I want to
everybody.
just real quick. Let me give a shout out to 2 guys real quick that have just been in my life, man. Just real quick before I end this. Yo, John Ramoska, my brother Talbot, my man Ian. I love you guys, man. And this is just something you guys, you have no idea. I want to say this because remember, flowers got to be given in public, not by in the dark. So I love you guys. Thank you for always showing support. Thank you for always being in my email. And thank you for getting on my butt and making sure I grind. Because guess what? Your boy is back and we're here forever. Ow!
There you go.
Thanks, everybody. Good night. And
Good
remember,
night, guys.
Phil don't have it in stock, you don't need it. And may
You
all
don't
your
need it.
finds be 14 karat or better. We'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.
Good night.